Hey team, today we're going to talk about leadership with Colonel Jason Curl. Jason's a 95 graduate from West Point. He's an infantryman. He's got 4 deployments, 3 to Afghanistan, 1 to Iraq, and he commanded 133 Cav from the 101st Airborne, and he took them to Afghanistan as well. He's married. His wife is Becky. He's got 3 kids. He's got 1 out of the house, right. 2 more to go, 2 teenagers. So great Army family there. And Colonel Curl is headed to command 2nd Brigade 82nd 282 at Fort Bragg. So Colonel Curl, you were a battalion commander. You commanded in the 101st. You had a lot of lieutenants that worked for you.
Right.
What were some of the main things you looked for or expected from your junior leaders?
I'd say just work hard, take care of your soldiers, and take care of the mission. And that's all that's important. Don't worry if you're not the best platoon leader in your company. Don't worry if you're not the best company commander in the battalion. Just work hard and take care of your soldiers and take care of the mission. Because as it goes along, you're going to keep getting better and better. I definitely was not the best platoon leader in my company, and I was not the best company commander in my battalion. But if you just keep going, just keep getting better every day, eventually you're going to do the best, and you're going to do what's important, and that's to take care of our missions.
So I know I was worried about, being a lieutenant and what
Right.
am I going to do? So I think your advice is good because it's saying, you don't have to be the best right at day one.
Right.
If you come in with a good attitude, you work hard, you're gonna grow and develop.
Right.
And
Right.
you've clearly developed, all the way to the point now getting ready to take brigade command in the 82nd. So I think that's really good advice. So you've worked for a lot of great leaders in your career, a lot of infantrymen, a lot of you've worked in the Pentagon. So who's the best leader you ever worked for, and what did you really learn from them?
The best leader I ever worked for is now Major General Mark Stammer. He was our Brigade S3 when I was a junior captain, and he was our Deputy Commanding General for Operations in the 101st when I was a battalion commander. Mainly because he tells it how it is, honestly. If you're doing well, he'll tell you. If you're doing poorly, he'll tell you in pretty straightforward and blunt terms. And he always does what's right, even if that's painful and unpopular. There were a lot of times when all of us would complain about some of the things that he would make us do, but looking back, we realized that they were for the best, and he's extremely passionate about what he does.
So you're the second person that's talked about General Stammer, so definitely an 82nd guy, and a guy that's very popular and clearly a great leader.
Yeah.
So if we went back to 133 Cav and we got all your lieutenants together and we asked them, what does Colonel Curl always say, or what's kind of something Colonel Curl always emphasizes, kind of your #1 leadership tip, what would that be?
Well, especially for lieutenants, it's what are you doing to make yourself better? As I said, this is a long distance race and not a sprint. So you don't have to be the best right now, but you need to be looking for ways to make yourself better. You're going to come in as a lieutenant, and you're going to have IBOLIC, your time as a cadet, Ranger School maybe the Bradley Leader Course or Striker Leader Course. But in all, probably about 9 to 12 months of commissioned Army experience, as opposed to all your NCOs who will have probably a combined 40 to 60 years of experience. But they're not going to look to you to be an expert right away. They're going to look to you to, one, be extremely physically fit, and to be always trying to learn and get better. And if you can do those 2 things, you'll be successful.
So hard work, working hard, and trying to self-development and improving yourself, I think is great.
Absolutely.
Piece of advice, and it's great to know it's kind of a burden off your back that you don't have to walk in and be the expert, but as long as you can fit, as long as you're fit, you can run with the team, you can grow, you can develop in the future. So specifically, you're getting ready to take an infantry brigade.
Right.
You'll have all types of MOSs and branches, but specifically for those infantrymen, what would be your expectations, and what are you really looking for from your infantry lieutenants?
Well, you need to be tough, you need to have grit, and you need to be able to synchronize all the other warfighting functions. We need to get back to being able to live with privation for long periods of time. When I came in, that's one of the things that kind of attracted us to the infantry, was that we were tougher than anyone else, and we need to get back to those days of being able to walk long distances carrying a lot of weight, and to live out in the field with very little overhead shelter for weeks and months at a time. And then you need to be extremely smart. As an infantryman, as any ground maneuver commander, you need to be able to synchronize all the warfighting functions. You need to be able to use intelligence to drive your maneuver. You need to be able to synchronize fires with your maneuver plan, be able to synchronize the effects of your protection assets, your air defense, your suburni assets, and your engineers. You need to be able to integrate logistics and sustainment so that you can carry on, so that you can keep going with your operations without culminating. And you need to be able to come up with a good communications plan and integrate communications and mission command to be able to communicate long distances.
So two things there, right? I mean, the chief of staff of the Army is telling us embrace the suck.
Right.
So we got to be able to get out,
Yep.
and it's not going to be like our deployments where we go out, mission, fight, come back on the fob, chill.
Right.
Xbox, whatever.
Right.
The chief wants us to embrace the suck. So the leader's got to be
Right.
tough, like you said. And then number two, don't be the guy at the breach.
Right.
Be
right.
the guy that's sitting back, controlling all the assets and bringing everything to bear
Yes.
at the decisive point. So I think those are two great tips for the infantrymen out there who sometimes want to run through the breach with their men, which is
Right. important,
but they got to be able to synchronize assets.
Right. Right.
So, well, thanks for your time today, Jason, and we're proud of you. We're proud of the fact you're heading out into Brigade Command. Thanks for your leadership of our men and women deployed, and thanks for being on Lopez on Leadership.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.